Hey guys, I'm Lynnie with Sunflower Spirit Tarot, and I'm here with a message for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and any other significant placements. This is just going to be a general message, so whatever I see is what I'm going to read. I've already shuffled and pulled your cards, and we're ready to get to the spread. But before we get into it, I would just like to encourage any of you who have not already subscribed to do so now. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. Come and join this Sunflower community, help it grow, and help me reach my goal of 500 subscribers by the end of this month. And to all of my returning sunflowers, welcome back. I'm so glad and happy to have you, and I'm honored for this opportunity to read for you. Okay, so we're going to get started today. I don't know if you guys like it when I show you each card one by one, but I'm just going to do it because I love the art in these cards. So we have the Five of Swords, the Devil, the Justice card, which is Libra energy, your energy, and the Devil is Capricorn energy as well. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Hangman, the Tower, the Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, and we're ending the reading with the Queen of Swords. We have an overall energy of the Four of Cups with the hidden energy, Seven of Cups, and clarifying our overall energy is the Strength card, the Nine of Cups, and the Five of Wands. Okay, so you were in a situation where you felt as if you gave everything that you could give. I'm not sure if this is a relationship. It could be a job. It could be a project. You gave everything that you could give. You tried your best. You were optimistic. You actually put in the effort and the energy that you would want to see reciprocated back to you, right? You tried to play fair. You tried to be honest. And for some reason, that created some level of conflict within, let's just say this represents a relationship, right? Within the relationship that you were in. What I feel like is there's somebody who you were connected to that almost like was triggered by you being so good and so like, I don't know, so upright and so full of integrity and wanting to do things the right way and being so genuine. I feel like that might be something that you deal with. That might be a recurring dynamic in your relationships where like people don't expect you to be as kind and genuine and honest and loyal as you actually are. And it triggers them, right? It triggers them in a way because they're so used to maybe dysfunctional relationships or relationships where people are trying to manipulate them or deceive them or trying to get over on them in some way. Some people just don't know how to take you because you don't operate in the world how other people operate in this world. Okay. You don't see the world as a place that you need to just get what you can get and dog eat dog. You see the world as a place that's full of love and opportunity. Even when people hurt you, even when people disappoint you and let you down, you still see the world as a place of love and opportunity. And I know sometimes you have to get back to that place, right? But you always get back to that place. And I think that you're dealing with someone or something that doesn't necessarily respect or honor that because they operate through the world or the way the environment is set up is for it to be dog eat dog, right? Manipulation, deception, that's just another form of communication, right? For these people or this environment, right? I feel like you've gotten to a point, or you've already reached the point, because this is past energy that I'm discussing right now. You've already reached a point where you've realized either there's too much conflict, there's too much drama, there's too much arguing. Okay. Things have been said, maybe even on both sides, that would deteriorate even the best relationship, even the best situation, even the best dynamic. And you are not sure, you weren't sure if this could recover or if any kind of recovery could be made. It's also possible that this person has put you in enough situations or scenarios or put you through enough BS to where you feel like, okay, I can't take it anymore. Like you want to see the best in people. You really want people to feel seen and loved and appreciated when they're in your energy or when you choose to have a relationship with them. You really want people to feel like you can be your best self now. You can let your guard down. You can let me in. And for some reason, this person was not having it. It just triggered them in a way because they're not used to feeling so safe and so loved and so seen. It triggered them in a way that they couldn't handle it. And so they started maybe misbehaving, saying or doing things that were not necessarily out of character, but just like it weren't necessary, right? Weren't necessary for the dynamics of the dynamics of the relationship, or it wasn't necessary for the environment that you were in, or for the work that you were putting in, or for the effort that you were putting in. It's almost like every time you like would do something with good intentions, it was like thrown back in your face or something. And as a result of that, you realize like I can't live like this. I can't continue trying to pour into somebody whose hand is firmly placed over the cup, right? Because water's just going everywhere. Love is just spilling everywhere. I'm trying to pour into you and you're blocking it every chance. Okay, fine. I'm doing my best work here in this environment. I'm trying to bring my best to the table and you guys are just throwing it back in my face. Okay, fine. You can accept that. And maybe sometimes it takes you a little bit to see that this is the dynamic that's going to play out. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. Okay? You're a very fair and reasonable person. So you try to be graceful and compassionate when it comes to certain situations or relationships. And some people just do not. It's almost like they punish you for believing in them. They punish you for being hopeful. They punish you for continuing to try or put effort in, possibly because they don't feel like they deserve it. Right? And that might also feed into this idea of you feeling very unappreciated. I see you in this situation. It's almost like this person is hopeful, or this situation is hopeful, that if they make some sort of apology or make some sort of gesture to you, that you'll change your mind and all will be forgiven. But you've already seen who this person is, or what this situation is, or what this circumstance is for what it is. You've seen the truth of it. And once again, I said, like, once you see this truth, you can't come back. Even the universe inspired a tower moment for all of this stuff to come crashing down. And it's like, sometimes we go into relationships and there's a narrative that's kind of pushed, especially in the spiritual community, that you only meet people so that they can teach you a lesson, or you only meet people so that they can hurt you. And that's not necessarily true. Sometimes you meet people who do have the potential to be in relationship with you. Sometimes you're put in environments that do need what you bring to it. And people just don't know how to act right. People just self-sabotage. And it ruins all the potential or all of what could have been. Okay? So maybe this person wasn't placed on your path specifically to be a lesson. Maybe they just needed your love. Maybe they had something that was like complementary to you and what you brought. Maybe this environment, this situation, this circumstance could have grown as a result of you being in it. And you could have grown as a result of being a part of it. And yet, on the other end, people aren't acting right. People aren't treating you right. People aren't appreciating you. People aren't honoring your contribution. And you realize the truth of that matter. And you decided it's time for me to detach. It's time for me to see this for what it really is. And even if you haven't totally stopped talking to this person, even if you haven't quit that job, even if you haven't like resigned from that role, you're still in a position of like, okay, let me observe this as objectively as possible. Because maybe my emotions are getting in the mix. Maybe my emotions are getting mixed up in this and I can't see it clearly, right? So you step back. You see things for what they are. You observe as objectively as you can, because, you can't be totally objective. This is your life. And you are really seeing things for what they are. People are being unkind to you. People aren't treating you well. People are trying to make you feel as if your contribution isn't enough, or what you bring to the table isn't very much at all, even though they're not really bringing anything, even though they're not really contributing, even though they're not really helping the situation. The weirdest thing about this is that I feel like you understand that this person might be in a place or in a position in their life where they just are in like lack, scarcity, poverty mindset mode. They're stuck in survival mode. Okay. And when you're stuck in survival mode, it is really hard to see love, to accept love, to feel loved. It's so hard, even though that's all you want to do, right? We always think when we're in those spaces and those places where we're feeling our most down, our most depressed, right? Feeling the most lack, that's when we would benefit the most from people coming in and loving on us and just pouring their sweet love all over us. No, because some inner work has to happen in order for you to even be able to accept that kind of love. Some inner work has to happen for you to even be able to see that kind of love. Some people can't even see it because everything's going to feel like a trap. Everything's going to feel like a setup. Everything's going to feel like it's unreal or untrue when you're not in the right headspace to accept it. And being locked in survival mode is not the right headspace. And that's exactly where this person is. They're almost stuck. They're like looking for water in a desert, or what they perceive to be a desert. But really, they're just walking in the wrong direction. You know what I mean? The weirdest part about this is that I feel like this person is not ready to let you go, or this situation is not really ready to let you go. And what they're going to do is continue offering you the bare minimum, because what you have, they know they need. I don't know if any of you have ever seen Constantine, but there's a part in that movie where there's a priest who's an alcoholic, and he goes to the corner store and he's visited by an entity that takes away his ability to consume, or in his perception, takes away his ability to consume. So he's trying to drink and nothing is happening. He can't drink it. Like, he's opening bottles of vodka, he's smashing them open, trying to drink, trying to consume something, right? Trying to ease that pain, and nothing, he can't consume it, right? Or that's his perception of it, right? It's some sort of illusion, some sort of trick that was placed on his mind to make him feel like he wasn't actually consuming the alcohol, consuming the liquor. And then he ended up dying of alcohol poisoning. I hope you guys understand where the reference comes into play. That's where this person is. It's like, no matter how much love you pour into them, until they shift their mindset, until they really open their heart, until they disengage that survival mode energy, they're going to be wandering in the desert, lost, looking for water. Whole time you were in oasis. Whole time you were right there, ready to meet their needs, even if this represents an environment. And I just feel like this person is still going to continue to offer you, like I said, the bare minimum. They're going to offer you the best that they can, right? Because they don't realize that it's something within them. They don't realize it's something that they're doing. They don't realize it's their mindset. So they're going to continue trying to pursue this and wondering, why isn't it working? Why doesn't it feel right? Why doesn't it feel good? And it's because there's something inside of them that is just not making that connection. I want you to understand that it's important for you to not feel the need to save someone from themselves, from their misery, from their negativity, right? There is nothing that anyone can do for another person that they haven't already or aren't willing to do for themselves. It all starts within. As within, so without, right? If we don't love ourselves, if we don't see ourselves, if we don't value ourselves, then we'll never really feel that from anybody else or anything else. And I feel like this situation, this person, this circumstance is in that place. They don't know their value, right? They don't know how to accept help, accept love. They don't know how to honor people who are exceptional or exemplary, because it threatens them. It makes them feel small. And that's not your intention. You're a bright light. You shine, you sparkle, you glitter, you glow. Whatever adjective or whatever, I don't know, whatever you want to say, however you want to describe yourself. I feel like it's appropriate. You are a beacon, a lighthouse for a lot of people. And yet the lighthouse doesn't go out into the sea and save the boats from crashing, right? The lighthouse isn't actively steering the boats away from the rocks. The lighthouse is just providing the light so that the captain can make a better choice, so that the person steering the boat can steer away from the rocks, can steer away from the hazards, can find a place to pull up safely. You know what I'm saying? The lighthouse is not going out there and doing the work. The lighthouse is just the light. And I think that that's how you need to start seeing yourself. You are just the light. The light doesn't fix. The light doesn't do. The light just is. And whatever's exposed from that, however people perceive themselves from that, however people see themselves in that light, that's them. And that really reflects the work that they need to do. Libra, I would encourage you to continue to observe. But I think you're going to get to a point with whatever this is, whether it's a person, a relationship, a circumstance, where you're going to realize that maybe it's important for me to emotionally detach. Maybe it's important for me to withdraw here, because there comes a point where you're going to have to protect yourself. As much as we want to pull people up, it's easier for them to pull us down. Just keep that in mind, Libra. All right, this is what I have for you. I hope that this was helpful or enlightening in some way. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I will be with you next time.